It was never packed. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down?
In this video, I'll show you how to do the motion tracking effect to your dance videos using a free app. I'm not a professional editor. I film my own dance videos using a tripod, and I usually edit my videos on my phone. So trust me, once you get the hang of it, it only takes a few minutes. If I can do it, so can you. I'm going to show you two ways to do this, the manual way using keyframes and automatic tracking. Personally, I prefer the manual way because it's more reliable and it gives you precision control over the effect you want. The automatic tracking doesn't always work and can be weird, and I'll show you what I mean. The app is called CapCut, I'm not sure. You can use it directly without creating an account or logging in. First, click on Edit, the New Project. Find the clip you want to use. The keyframe option won't appear unless you click on your video. Once you click on the video, it will be highlighted, and you will be able to see the keyframe button. Basically, keyframing allows us to create motion graphics. First, zoom in on the frame. This step gives you the room to adjust later. So when you're recording your video, make sure to leave some space around the person. The key thing to remember is to always keep the person centered. If they move out of the center, drag them back to the middle. For example, if I move off center during a move, add a keyframe at the beginning of the move and another keyframe at the end of the move. Then hold down the video and drag yourself back to the center. Let's take a look. It creates this kind of effect. Let's find another spot and watch it again. So here I move off center again and add a keyframe at the start and then another one at the end. Then drag yourself back. So this is the kind of effect you will get. So following this method, you're going to go through your video and add keyframes before and after every move you want to emphasize. You can also zoom in or out to adjust according to your preference. For example, for forward and backward movements, you can zoom in or out to keep the subject centered. So overall, for motion adjustment, always keep the person centered, like we mentioned before, and imagine you yourself as a cameraman and always tracking the subject. You can also drag the frame to the opposite direction to increase the sense of motion, especially for jumps or other big movements. Another tip is if you want the motion to change quickly, place the keyframes closer together. And if you want a slower, gradual motion, then space the keyframes farther apart. Here's what my edit looks like. Once you're done editing the video, you can export it directly. Another option is the camera tracking feature in the same app, which a lot of people have been talking about. In theory, you just click a button and it does everything for you, but honestly, I find it pretty unreliable. It doesn't work well for most of my videos. But I'll show you what it looks like in case it works for you. You can set it to track your face, body, or hand, and it'll automatically follow your movements. Here's what it looks like. As you can see, it only handles position tracking, not zooming in or out, so it's kind of limited. You can tweak the settings a bit too manually, but it adds so many keyframes that it's impossible to adjust them all. It's way easier just add my own keyframes, but it might work for some simpler videos. Overall, keyframing is the clear winner. It gives you much more control and can get you the exact results you're looking for. It might seem a bit tricky at first, but give it a try. It's totally worth it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Thanks for watching!